What's up guys, it's your boy Camel Cake. Today we're going to be talking about Rise of the Tomb Raider. You guys might be wondering why am I talking about this game when it's a few years old? Because it's a good game. Firstly, the combat, crafting and hunting. All of these things are fundamental to being a Tomb Raider. These things need to be done properly if you're going to enjoy the game. And they smashed it in this one. I really enjoyed the combat. It's super satisfying to melee finish an opponent, but also to break down bigger and stronger opponents, to shoot down their armor to when it's one or two pieces and it's this massive big guy and you just got him down to where he's, clambering around and you take out your pickaxe. Night, mother. The characters in the game are quite likable, which I think is very good casting. It's very good character design and storyboarding. To have characters that you actually start to hate and other characters that you really like. Another very important thing is the fact that it feels like the central point of the game is tomb raiding. But I really like the fact that you go into a cave and you can just explore for an hour, find different artifacts. Just doing these side missions, actually tomb raiding, is a massive part of the game. Next, I have to say, for a game that's a couple of years old, I think it's maybe 2018, around there. The camera movement is really dynamic and it allows you to fully get immersed in what's happening in the storyline. Or you're kind of restricted in terms of moving around the camera in certain cutscene-esque sequences, but it feels like you're playing a movie. A really good game for me, story game, is that you can go down all these parts, but at the end of the day, they all line up into the main story. And a lot of games, I think, lose that because they go too far down one way, or they allow you to just trail off and the game kind of just cuts in and ends. Tomb Raider keeps bringing you back to the main storyline, which is where I think most story games really shine. I like the fact that there's a lot of puzzles that you need to solve. You really need to think. I like that kind of brain work. It can be very frustrating at times, don't get me wrong. I really like the fact that they wove in language. You can learn Greek, Roman, Russian. I like the fact that and a little bit of history is also woven in with the Soviet Union and bunkers and things like that. It's really, really cool, and I think it just grounds the game a little bit more. I think that the game's pacing was phenomenal. I think that in order to keep somebody entertained consistently, have someone sit down for 4, 5, 6 hours and just play a game through, you really need to be aware of how many side missions or how many main missions you're giving back to back, and the repetitiveness of them and the variety. You have to sort of balance all of those things, and I think that this game did it excellently. A few cons for the game. I will say that the narrative tended to be a little bit one-sided. So Lara Croft, the hero, and everybody else, big bad men. There were a few bugs. Sometimes you might get stuck on a certain ledge or something, or you'd jump and then you'd suddenly just be off the cliff. I did feel like sometimes it was a bit repetitive in the way you're supposed to explore. So it's like, open the door, go into the cave, fight a few beasts, find the treasure, leave. I really enjoyed playing this game, to be honest. Even though it was a little bit old and the graphics weren't always there and there were a little bit of bugs and glitches, it was just a fun, well-rounded, good-paced game. It was long enough that you felt like you got enough time to explore and you could go back and play it again, but not too long that you felt like you were forced to do the same things over and over. I think Lara Croft's a really cool character. The format of the games are a little bit formulaic, and let's be honest, she is kind of a mass murderer at this point. So overall, I'm going to give this game an 8.0 out of 10, which is a really high rating. It was quite nostalgic for me as well. I think it was Tomb Raider Legend that I used to jam quite a lot when I was a kid. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this little sit down and review. If this gets one of you to try out the game, I'd highly recommend you check out Rise of the Tomb Raider. Until next time, this is your boy Camel Cake. Peace.